Yeah.
How challenging was it to get this permitted?
Well,
Or
I was a
county,
little lucky.
the roadways, the mounting, the putting a plane on
There
this
was a bunch
scale?
of work to do.
Right.
But most of it was logistics work I had to do anyway. We had to be sure everything went well and that everything would fit, all the planning work. So precision drawings and step-by-step precision drawings through the tight intersections and so on. So all the plans were detailed in place and well executed. I did wait until the last minute because I was so busy. That turned out to be a lucky thing to do because I went into planning and said, hi, I live on 2S3-11-1204 and I'm going to move a jetliner onto that property to be my home. And the official didn't actually do this, but you could sort of see it in his eyes, which was, yeah, right. Next! But he did. His eyes sort of rolled and said, "Okay, what give me your story." So I laid my plans out. He could see they were finely detailed, and then so after a little bit, he said, "You're serious about this?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Wow, you think it'll work?" "Oh, absolutely. Aerospace technology. They're flying homes. They provide everything you need. Aerospace technology, far superior performance." And he said, "Wow." That's interesting. You really think you can do this? Yes. And so on. And then finally he said, hey, Beth, come over here. Look what this guy wants to do. And Roger, check this out. So they were in, wow, that's pretty cool. You really think you could do this? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I've never heard of any such thing. That's pretty cool. Anyway, they were in that mode for about 3 days, of wow, that's pretty cool. By that time, the aircraft was here, and it was a done deal. Afterwards, they went back into bureaucratic mode where they said, oh, wait a minute, what about this? And and this is big trouble, and then this and this. I was already here. It was a done deal. Much easier in Japan, as you probably have surmised. Very strong teamwork, and so you can't go in last minute. You have to plan from day one with the authorities. But they work with you. They're good team members. They work with you, and they demand very high quality, but they help. So it all goes really well there in my experience.
Awesome. All right, here we are inside this fantastic eccentric spot. Got lots of people here. Looks like his kitchen area. Computer tech. That looks like an Apple II. Lots of screens. Hello, young man. Pretty cool. Really pretty cool. We got plexi floors here, so you can see through to the structure. Maybe that was done intentionally because it looks cool. Not quite sure. But panel lighting all around. Some of the old airliner seats still here. Pretty fantastic. Remaining overhead storage bin. Looks like the rest were removed to provide headroom. Makes sense. It's actually wider and more spacious than I really thought it would be. Take a long look down there. Try and zoom here. Yeah, we can see all the way down all the folks. Got a couple little heaters. Guess he said one of the challenges here is that this thing is not well insulated for winters, which is a little surprising, but I guess a plane usually relies on heating system from its engine, perhaps. This must have been galley area, I'm sure. Yeah. Another exit door. Little Halloween friend hanging there. Forward lavatory. And then here, how awesome is this? The flight deck. Couple of jump seats. Intercom phone. And switches. Oh, do we have switches. And wiring. Look at that. That must be a bear to deal with this stuff when you're trying to troubleshoot anything. Although I don't know how much of the original wiring is still employed. Lots and lots. Lots and lots of stuff. This must have been the flight engineer station, I presume, because he has a lot of plane controls on here and gauges. No doubt, yeah, we've got 3 oil pressure gauges, so that'll be covering the 3 engines. Gonna be 3 of every monitor, I presume. Cool vintage newspaper. Yeah, look at that. We got red lighting here because that's what you'd have in the dark. Keep your night vision as best as possible. Oh, the whole thing's shaking. And pilot and co-pilot stations. Fantastic. Maybe about half the original gauge is still in place. Engine controls, flaps, and this is pretty cool. It was displaying a HAL 9000 a minute ago. There we go. Fun. I mean, this big 1, 2, 3 up here is probably fire safety for the engines. They're so big. Bottle transfer, yeah, that seems like it's something to do with flight safety. Anyway, vintage. Vintage, I'll have to look up when the 727 was originally put into service, but I think it was the early 60s. Maybe it was even the late 50s for the 727, I'm not really sure. Anyway, let's take a little walk down here. Looks like things have cleared out. Maybe I'll get a chance to chat with Bruce. Everyone says he's a cool guy, and he certainly seemed like it with my email communication. Windows are a little mossy, to be expected when you're in the Oregon hills. In the forest, lots of rain and moisture. Ah, here we go. Here's another place you can enter is through this hatch over the right wing, which is what he recommends if he's not out and about. Come over here and bang and bang. Aha. We're far from the maddening crowd.
Say again?
Far from the maddening crowd now.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
but
evacuated.
I'm going to dive back in.
Okay, cool.
If you don't mind, I'm going to put the tablet computer, which is powering the display in the flight deck, back on the charger. I've got a wiring
Yeah,
fault.
whatever you need to do. I totally appreciate you letting me come by and check out this marvel of housing and eccentricity.
You're welcome to sit in any of the flight deck seats you like. And I can show you the control do's and don'ts if you want.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I'll have to be fairly quick because guests are waiting on the wing.
Sure. And actually, I'm parked behind someone, so it was a little crowded, so who knows if I'll need to run out and move for him.
Oh, you're up on the top, though?
Yes.
Good.
And a fellow with the drone had told me, oh, those people ahead of you just arrived. So I thought, okay, I'll probably be okay here for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay. You
Awesome.
can sit in any of the flight deck seats you like. The captain.
I think I'll be captain,
Okay.
as long
that
as there's
rotates up and
no...
back. And I need to be fairly quick about this.
Sure thing. Hey, I was guessing these controls right here are, that's emergency fire extinguisher for each engine.
Yeah.
And then
You get
bottle
one shot.
controls.
So
Right,
you better choose
right.
right.
You're right. Don't turn off the one don't put out the one that's
Good.
not on fire.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, and I'll make you official here.
Beautiful.
Okay, you can exercise any controls from the sunscreen down except the tablet computer, and I'll leave it in there for you.
Right.
For the overhead panel, don't change any of these settings except...
No, I don't
you
need to
can
touch anything.
Well, you can use dome white.
Cool.
But leave it off when you finish. Everything after the first row of toggle switches, you can exercise. It's okay. Don't change these, though.
Right.
For
Gotcha.
the flight engineer station, no restrictions. You can exercise anything you like, but the circuit breakers are all off limits. Don't change any
Right.
circuit
I
breakers
got that.
there or here.
And what year was this 727?
When Neil Armstrong said, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." That was July 1969. This aircraft entered service just a few months before.
And when did they launch the 727?
I don't remember. But
Okay,
I
I'm
think
thinking
it
it's
was-
like early 70s, early 60s, late 50s.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Cool.
said.
Let me sneak out of here.
Okay, I've got to go.
Gotcha. No problem. Thank you.
It's like an airfoil.
So you said the wings is where the fuel's at?
So over there, that's the pilot.
The wings are the center of lift.
And
The more
here
mass you
is
put
the
at the center of lift, the more efficient
This
the
thing has
aircraft is.
flaps.
You've heard of flying wings. Theoretically, flying wings are the most efficient aircraft there is. But they're not terribly practical for many things. But you still put as much mass as you can on the wings because that's where the lift is. Okay, everybody, I recommend mingling around here.
All right, we'll take a quick spin around here. We're aft. Airplanes took their terminology from ships. That's why they're flown by a captain. And back here's, I guess this would be kitchen, laundry, the rear exit of the plane, pantry, little sleeping bed, lots and lots of electronics, and maybe we can try and get a longer shot down the to the flight deck. Yeah. Anyway, he's real busy with a lot of folks. There's a whole load of them out on the wing that I just filmed. So I think I'm gonna make my exit at this point and shout thanks for the hospitality. We'll just take a look down the back door here. Tough to get it loose. Let's see here. Must have something. Well, I don't want to mess with this stuff and do any damage. Hey, well, I hope you liked this video and that you found it informative. So do me a favor, hey, like, share, and subscribe, and then there'll be more. Thanks all. Bye.